Welcome to Halas Hall Report, live every Saturday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time and Sunday mornings at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Live talking Chicago Bears football with Mike the Bear Fan. And your host, Ken Dobb. Also on the panel, we have the football analyst, Woody, who is named for the Woody wrap-up on game days. Next on the panel, we have Bear Down Mike. He is the youngest, but don't be fooled. This guy knows this Bear squad. He can bring a different insight. Halas Hall Report breaks down the Chicago Bears team all year long, from the offseason through the draft. Also, the legend of tailgating, Billy Defense Flores, joins the crew live at 1st and 10 tailgating. You can find him at all home games at Soldiers Field. Also, the Bear Fan, who has been here since the first year of Halas Hall Report, welcome Bear Fan Dan, where he is known for studs and duds after every game. You can find them on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Roku if you have a TV. They are all over social media. You won't find no better sources for Chicago Bears news like injury reports, team updates for breaking news for all the good and the bad the team does. Halas Hall Report will be live for the 6th season. And they are teaming up with the best sports podcast out on social media.
This is Northeast Streaming Sports.
Oh, yeah. Mike, I just froze again. Fucking A, man. This fucking piece of shit.
Hey, log out and log back in. Welcome to Halas Hall Report, everybody. That is Woody, your host. He'll be back in a second. Sorry for his foul language. Obviously, he can't control himself sometimes, but hey. How you doing this morning, Dan?
Doing good. And you?
Not too bad, not too bad. But yeah, this week the Bears had some visitors, high-profile visitors at Halas Hall. The first one would be Caleb Williams, which he was the only one that went to a visit, was in Chicago. What do you think about that?
No, obviously, because supposed to be drafted him number one. In that, I wouldn't mind Dallas Turner or Rome, depending who's available on 9 if we don't trade down.
Right. I mean, there's always a possibility they could trade down for sure. I believe we're going to get Caleb Williams 100%. But, yeah, we picked 9th too. So the other two people could possibly be there. You know what I mean? There could be other possibilities too, but we definitely need a defensive end. So Dallas Turner from Alabama, he does fit the scheme. I would like to see him come. Would you?
Yeah.
Team up with Sweat?
Yes. Definitely. I mean, hey, I'll take anybody from Alabama, that defense and that of theirs.
For sure. And then you got Rome, he's just like up there with Harrison. So I would like 2 out of 3 of these. Welcome back, Woody. You good? Can you hear him?
Can't hear nobody.
You use your phone.
Can you hear me, Dan?
I can hear you.
I can't hear nothing.
Use your phone.
Piece of shit.
I was reading something. What about if we were to trade with New England? We take the second pick. They take the first pick. They take Caleb Williams, and we take Jaden Daniels.
The Patriots got number 3. Washington got number 2.
Well, I mean Washington.
If we trade with Washington,
Mm-hmm.
that would be interesting. But as last night, I missed it too because I had some water problems. But Washington pretty much needs a quarterback too. So if we swap with Washington, I believe they're going to take Caleb Williams.
Right.
That would be my thing. Are you good now, Woody? Come back with your phone, Woody. Sorry, everybody. Woody's got a little bit of technical issues this morning. So, but yeah, I mean, the Bears only got, 4 picks. The first 2 and the first 9. So you're definitely going to get 2 starters for sure.
We got to get some draft capital to,
Yeah, I've been seeing Poles is okay with having 4 spots, but at the same time, I wouldn't see if the price was right and the trade was right for him to move down.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just have to really see, because year in and year out, we sit here and talk about it, and every year, 9 out of 10 times, they threw a curveball. They did something totally different. You know what I mean? Every year. What are they going to do this year? Are they going to do that with the first pick? Or are they going to do that with the 9th pick? Or both?
Right.
But there's also a possibility that the Bears could draft Marvin Harrison Jr. and Caleb Williams.
Dang.
That right there would be impressive. It's probably slim to none, but that would definitely make our offense solid, 100%. Because, I mean, we got Keenan Allen to team up with DJ Moore, got Cole Kmet at the tight end. So if we added Harrison, now if they did do that, do you think they would move DJ Moore over to the slot to play the slot position more and give that to Harrison, or just put the Harrison into the slot?
Maybe Harrison into the slot.
You good now, Woody?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
I hear you.
Us?
Piece of fucking shit. Yeah, I hear you.
Hey, we'll fix that laptop later.
No, I'm getting a new one.
Are you on your phone?
No, I'm on the laptop now.
Okay, you're just logged in under yourself?
Yep. Fuck it. No, I'm under you.
Okay. All right, we're on to the second slide. We're talking about Williams and Harrison. Is there anything you want to say about the visitors that we just talked about? The 3 visitors? I mean, we talked about it a little bit last night. You did about Caleb Williams. The only team he went to visit was the Bears.
See right there, all 3 of them is all our needs.
For sure.
All our needs. We might, a lot of talk yesterday is about, getting another offensive tackle, maybe a center, but I see that maybe further rounds maybe. But these 3 here, which I hate to say because, Caleb Williams, I don't want him, but the other 2 I wouldn't mind having either. But it's hard to get those 3 guys with all the draft picks we have. I mean, it's going to be tough.
Oh, for sure. It's. I think it's possible to get 2 out of 3 if we pick Williams 1. One of these other 2 could possibly be at the 9.
Yeah. See, the only with the Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, Neighbors has just as good numbers as Harrison Jr. So, what does Arizona do? What does San Diego or the Chargers do? They pick up a receiver. They lost a lot of people, the Chargers. So,
yeah, they could go a different route for sure.
They can go a different route. And if Marvin Harrison's there at 9, no fucking doubt. No doubt you pick him up.
Make sure those get sprayed tonight.
Oh, my God. Ken's here again, and he lied to me. Ken, how are you today, sir?
Good. We're about to go to Wrigley.
Oh, you lucky guy.
How are you doing in this good afternoon? I can say it now because I'm the host.
Is it raining there, Ken?
There's some drizzle, but it stopped. So it's
we were talking about the Caleb Williams. Do you think Arizona will go in a different route and maybe pick up Neighbors? And if Marvin Harrison's there at 9, do we pick him up?
Heck yeah.
If Marvin Harrison is there at 9, I would say it's a strong there's a strong possibility we could pick him up, because it's almost, how do you pass on him?
Yeah.
Becomes the situation more than anything. It's like, he's such a talent. Like, especially if we're to believe that Keenan Allen's a 1-year rental, then, you almost have to, don't you? I mean,
right, because the way it sits right now, he's on a 1-year rental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my honest opinion, though, is it all depends on Arizona and the Chargers. Are they going to go after receiver? We know Arizona needs a receiver. So it's either going to be Neighbors or Harrison. What are the Chargers going to do? So I'm thinking that Odunze will be there at 9, but what do we do? I mean, our draft, we have very low draft picks. I say we still trade out of 9 if Harrison or Neighbors isn't there.
I mean, we've got needs though too. I mean, like I said last night, and let me fix this because it's a little too much glare for you guys. There we go. Like I said last night,
you got to put your green screen on, Ken.
Yeah. The hotel really had it for me. The Hilton provides green screens now for people doing podcasts from their hotel rooms. No, but like I said last night, if Joe Alt is there, or if your edge rusher, which you still need, is there, or you think will be available to trade back and get more draft picks, then those are both options that the Bears could theoretically take. Marvin Harrison being there at 9, I think, is in that same boat as if Joe Alt is there, or if Adunez is there, and Keenan Allen's a 1-year guy. If we extend Keenan Allen for 2 more years, which I think is plausible, then a receiver becomes less of a thing. And then it becomes, can I get an edge rusher at 13 that I really want, or 15 that I really want, and trade out a 9?
Yeah, I still don't think we're gonna get a offensive lineman. We're gonna pick an offensive lineman at 9 if we keep it or trade it. I think we need either a receiver or edge rusher before an offensive lineman.
I agree with you. I'd agree with you that. But if Joe Alt is there, though, dude, it's almost like, how could you pass Alt up if he's there?
True.
Yeah.
Eberflus even said he wants to add another pass rusher for sure. So if Turner's there, do you really think he's going to trade out a 9 or pick that in the 9 spot and say, I'm grabbing him?
I think he might trade out, because if you look at the mocks, I mean, granted, this is mocks, we're talking, not real life, but if you look at a lot of the mock drafts, you can get Turner or the kid from UCLA in the mocks. I've seen them go 13, 14, 15, 18. You can get, so if I can get, let's say I have 3 edges on my board, and I could get any one of the 3, and I'm fine with any one of the 3. And I know I could trade out a 9, pick up a second rounder this year, maybe an additional third rounder, and maybe like an additional third rounder next year or something like that. But I can still get my edge rusher, then he might do it. Or, yeah, we could stand pat and not trade at all this year and draft quarterback, draft our edge rusher, and then the 3rd and 4th pick up complementary pieces to be rotational on the offensive or defensive line, because you need a defensive interior still too.
Well, yeah, the thing is that when I say trade out of 9, I'm not trading out of the first round. We could trade up with somebody and we can get the 12th or 13th pick,
right,
and Dallas Turner and Verse might be still there.
Right.
Then you pick them up. Yeah, definitely. I'm not saying trade out of the first round. I mean, trade up. Raiders might trade up. Who knows about Minnesota? The rumors of them, they're going up to 5, which it's pretty significant. So,
but they do have 2 first rounders. So I mean,
yeah, but they're 11 and 23. I think Minnesota has the 11th pick, correct?
Right.
So they might get their quarterback.
11.
I still say they're going to pick up J.J. McCarthy if they don't move up from the 11th spot, which I don't think they're going to move up any further. I don't think.
So if they do, they have to bulk that up plus some other stuff to for next year to do that. But it is possible. Just will they give enough ammo to do that?
Yeah, if he's there, like I said, if we get trade up or trade back to the 14th and 13th pick, if Dallas Turner and Verse is still there, fuck yeah, you get one of them. Hell yeah.
I mean, I've always maintained the 9 pick is contingent on what happens on draft night. That's not something that Poles is going to decide today or tomorrow or even the day before the draft. It'll be a draft day decision, and it'll be based on what's transpired in the first 8 picks and what he feels will be there at whoever's offering to move up to 9. So if it's the Raiders, and they're at 12, I believe the Raiders are. So if the Raiders offer, want to make a trade because they want to get their quarterback and they want to move up, okay, well, if I move back to the Raiders slot, am I still going to be able to fill the need I have at edge, for example, with one of the top 3 guys that I would be satisfied with on my board? If the answer is yes, and the compensation to move up from them gives me an additional second rounder this year, maybe an additional third or fifth or sixth rounder this year and an extra pick next year, then I think Poles does it. But his wild card, though, becomes, hey, Marvin Harrison Jr. is sitting here at 9. Generational talent receiver, maybe. Do I take him? Oh, wait, Roma Dunez is here at 9. Do I take him? Maybe. Oh, Joe Alt is here. Do I take him? Maybe. Or does that create more leverage to trade out and get a better haul out of 9 if, let's say, a team wants to jump from 15 because they really, really want Joe Alt or Marvin Harrison Jr.? So there's
I mean, you got to pick the best player in the draft. You got to decide. If Marvin Harrison's there, and we already have our quarterback obviously at 1, I'm thinking you pick it up. I pick up Marvin Harrison. What do you think, Dan? You're going to agree with me anyway.
What about if we move down a little bit? What about that Xavier Worthy? Maybe we move down.
What he don't like Dan now. Here we go.
Here we go.
Dan. That's okay, bud. Because you know what? We're here giving our opinions. You know what Poles is going to do? Like I said yesterday, you got to think Poles, he drafts very well. So we're going to see what he's going to do. We might be all wrong. Who knows? He might trade up for the 9th pick to get Marvin Harrison or Neighbors. Who knows? You might trade up to get the 5th or 6th pick or something to get one of these receivers. We never know what's going to happen until draft day.
I mean, the thing when you look at what Poles has done in the offseason and you look at the rebuild and the process, as he likes to call it, we're at that part of the process now where you're in compete mode. Like last year, he wouldn't have traded for Keenan Allen because Keenan Allen is too old for that part of the process. Now we're at a part of the process where Keenan Allen is not too old, and also his production happens to be phenomenal. So, that we've entered a different phase of the process. So people are so concerned about getting, even before the field trade, we got to get all this capital for the next year and the year after. He's in more of a win now mode now, I think. So, getting draft capital might mean get draft capital for this year's draft only. Or, like Woody said, be willing to sell capital from next year's draft to get stuff today.
Yep.
I think we're more of that mode now. So, and look, we've got a lot of draft picks next year, a lot, like via trade and whatnot. We've got an extra 2nd rounder. We've got an extra 4th, an extra 5th, an extra 6th. Who's to say that he doesn't package it together, some of next year's trades, to get us a 3rd pick in the 1st round this year? That's always a possibility. That's disappointing take by me, guys. I have to bid you farewell. I'm on my way to Wrigley. Let's go, Cubbies. Beat the Doyers.
Okay.
Go Yankees. Go Yankees. I'll see you.
Have a good day, Ken.
All
But
right.
yeah, I mean, Ken is right. We do have a lot of picks next year. I mean, we got the 1st rounder, obviously, 2 seconds, 2 thirds, a 4th and a 5th, but we have 3 6ths.
Wow.
And a possibility of 4th if, something happens to Russell Wilson and Fields gets 51% of the snaps.
Yeah, about going back to Keenan Allen, you know how Poles is with older guys. I mean, he's going to be 32 this year. So that's why I'm thinking he's a 1-year rental. He better break out this year for us to extend him. Because if he's like,
I'm with you in a way for sure. I don't think they're going to do it early. It'll probably be more mid-season, like you said, to see what he's going to do. If he does halfway decent, they have the money to extend him for sure. Because we reset the quarterback. We're going to have a rookie, so we're not paying $20, $30, $40 million a year on a quarterback. So they're going to have money to spend. We still have 28 now. So are they saving that for when they do it in the midseason? We don't know. We got roughly $28 million still left in the bank.
yeah, I still wish we would have went after an edge rusher in free agency. And
I wanted to. We all wanted Chase Young, but when he did sign, they know about his injury. They don't even know if he's going to be back week 1. He's saying he's going to be back week 1, but what he's saying and what his body is going to do is 2 different things. You know what I mean?
right.
So it's kind of good maybe we didn't go out and get Chase Young.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. We'll see in 19 days, 18 days.
Yep. For sure. We already talked about this a little bit.
What, the spelling?
Yeah, spelling's not always correct, but no,
Well,
trade,
you know, I
trade down.
understand. I smoke pot too, Mike. I don't. Oh man, it depends who's there at 9. What we're gonna do. Man, if Harrison's gone, Neighbors is gone. If somebody wants to come up and we get like 12th or 13th pick to get either a Dunez or Dallas Turner or Verse, that's another possibility. But we won't know until the top 8 what they're going to pick.
Yeah.
What do you think, Dano?
I'm thinking about trading down for the 9th pick, but again, depends who's there at 9, and if they think they can get them a couple, move down a little bit to like you said 12th, 13th pick or something like that.
What do you think, Mike?
I think it's going to change. Like on draft day, it's going to go like not predicting like every year. Every year we say they're going to do this, they're going to do that. Usually we're all wrong. They usually throw a curveball and do something totally different. Like look back a couple years ago when they traded up. Be like, oh, we're going to get a quarterback. Wow, they slapped us in the face. Got Mitch Trubisky. So I mean, every year they always throw a curveball.
Yeah.
Doing this for going on 6 years, there's only been one draft pick picked correctly ever in that spot. And congratulations, Woody, on that Roshan Johnson pick.
You're welcome.
But like I said, it's usually always different. You know what I mean? Always. There could be other teams behind us trading up to throw a curveball too, because there's teams behind us that need quarterbacks. It's a high-class quarterback this year. So is somebody else going to trade up? Somebody else going to move back to get that? You know what I mean? Then, like you said, somebody's going to fall that you didn't think that was going to fall. And
I'm still optimistic. If Washington wants to, it was never done. Like I was talking last night, trade up 2-1. It was never happened before in the draft. Take Caleb. I'm taking Jaden Daniels at number 2.
Gotcha. Hey, Rick, how about this? If you want to come talk Bears football, you can come do it next week. We got less than 8 minutes left of this show. We only got 30 minutes on Sundays. So
I love you, Rick. I miss you a lot, bud.
Yeah, we got just under 3 weeks left, about 3 weeks until the draft day. So we'll be talking about that plenty.
So the next, we're going to the Dome Stadium. Whew. Dan, how would you feel about no more snow in Chicago on the field because they're in the Dome? What do you think of that, man? It's going to be hard to understand that, right? Feel that?
It's hard to picture playing in the Dome. No, I mean, not retractable roofs, is a plain straight dome. Weather, not going to be cold anymore, not going to have the snow. And that, yeah.
As long as the tailgate's still going to be fun, right?
Right.
Well, tailgate's always fun for sure.
Yeah,
it's called the Windy City for a reason.
Yep.
And the reason why I like the Dome is because it's going to be bigger. We're going to have, we can actually host a draft, a Super Bowl, other events. And not only that, I hope the McCaskies own it. I hope it doesn't have anything to do with the Park District. They need to do this by themselves. We're the only team in the NFL that we run off Park Districts. Everybody else owns their own.
Yeah, it looks like Warren's taking control of that too.
But the question on that, though, I don't know if you've ever been to Chicago for games. It's better to go to a tailgate and park with the tailgaters. It's easier in and out of traffic. Now, when they build this dome, if it's close to this stadium, I hope they can figure out some parking because it's already tight as it is. Now, is it going to go back to the Green Bay thing? Because if you've ever been to a Green Bay game, you literally park and rent stalls off homeowners because they use their yards for car lots.
Woo. Billy, you got to let me know that when I come out.
Yeah, it's great. Billy and them, every time I go to a game, I go tailgate with them.
Yeah, I have to. I want to try to come out this October. I know October in the beginning. I think they're in London. So hopefully they have a home game the next week, and I can get out there this year. Tailgate. I went to 31 Bears games, was never out to Soldier Field at all yet, so I'm excited.
Definitely got to do that, Woody. If not this year, we definitely got to plan next year for maybe all of us to go to a game.
Absolutely. So I wanted to bring this up. I do have a new page. It's called Woody Bear Down. Please, everybody, join. I update all the Bears news. It's been slow this last couple of week or two. So come join my page, please, and let's talk some Bears.
Send me the thing, and I'll make a slide for it. If
All
not,
right, gotcha.
I'll make one for you.
Gotcha.
Same
Danny.
here. Got a page, Bear Fan Dan.
Yep.
Give it a follow and a like. News updates.
And Dan,
Yes.
final question. We got a couple minutes. We want to know who the winner is the WrestleMania. Is it going to be Cody Rhodes or The Rock?
Who's ever support the Bears?
Well, it's going to be a Bloodline Rules match.
Yep.
I think Cody somehow is going to pull it out. You're going to have some. He's going to have some help
Dustin
eventually
Rhodes.
in that match.
I can't wait. So, Mikey, any final thoughts?
No. We are live 7 days a week. We do Bears twice a week, which everybody knows. Saturday night, which Woody loves, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time and 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time on Sunday. We got the Ken and Ken show Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. If you want to come talk football, they'll be more than happy to bring you on the show. We're going to soon take phone calls during the season. That's for everybody on Roku and all the other sites. If you don't like to come on and talk, you can at least show your voice.
Yep, and we want a lot of questions from the crowd and from the listeners and the followers and stuff like that. We always love questions. I either argue with you or don't agree with you. So feel free.
Definitely. We got plenty of groups and pages for all you Bear fans. I got a new subscription group with Ken. We show all the PFF, all the other good stats that you can't get. We also do all the games, all of them but one. And also there will be a free giveaway in there as soon as we reach a certain subscription, and I'm going to throw in a Walter Payton rookie card.
Woo! Good God. Is that graded? Tell everybody it's graded, bud.
Oh, it's graded for sure. 100%. Hey, gotta go big or go small, right?
Wow. That's great. Oh, shit.
We appreciate tuning in, everybody. We will be back next Saturday night. Everybody have a good week, and we'll see you soon. Bear down.
Bear down.